here. Who's a good boy? Who's my hamburger boy? Oh. My parents' dog is a great dog. We rescued him. And because of that, my parents like to call him damaged goods. Which I don't really like, to be honest. I think it makes him sound like he's an open package at a grocery store somewhere. Like some clerk is like, oh man, this bag of Cheez-Its is just abused. Damaged goods? It's hard for people to understand how unenjoyable sex can be if you've been abused. People that I tried to date, they just didn't understand it. It's like they imagined that I was going at it like a, oh, yeah! Oh, excuse me, please, kind sir. Oh, madam, I need to take a break from the most enjoyable activity in the world. So I went to go see the vagina monologues. And at the end of the show, the directors, they get on stage and they're all like, now you all love vaginas. And so we invite any survivors among us to please stand up. And then it got really quiet. Because we were all waiting to see if anyone would stand up. In the book, Feminist Approaches to Art Therapy, Dr. Harriet Wademan argues, art therapy has many rewards for individuals who have been sexually abused. She furthers, because 1/4 of our population is in this category, it's important to start recognizing the healing powers of therapy and art. Through art therapy, survivors are encouraged to stray from the conventional private forms of communicating in order to share their stories more publicly by dancing, painting, or performing. Because when we publicly share our stories, thoughts, and feelings, it can help not only the individual move toward healing, but foster a social empathy that can lead to meaningful change. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so using work created entirely in art therapy, drama, My Parents' Dog by Ariana Whittier, poetry, Outcry by Sarah Ann Henderson, prose, Stories from Stepping Stones by C.C. Walker, and a personal account, I Should Have Stood Up, by me. A program. This is from me, but I hope it helps you. I have a story I've kept under lock and key. Shh, never let the words escape me. Never let me tell the story. It's a story that's hushed and kept in the shadows. I didn't want anyone to be mad, though. What do you tell a story like that for? Shh. So I'm going at it with my boyfriend, right? And we're having a good time. We're really having a good time. We're having sex. And then I start to cry. And I don't know why I do that. It's just that sometimes it's like there's this awful voice in my head and it makes me feel like dirt, you see. Takes me right back to where I used to be. The little girl under the cover your mouth. Shh. So it doesn't come out. Shh. So we're sitting here in this silence and I'm thinking I should stand up. And then these 4 women on the right side of the stage, they all grab hands and stand up together. And I think that's so brave. And while I admire the honesty of all of the performers, I thought that it would have been easier to stand up if they would have done it one by one. I should have stood up. It's just that no one wants to be all, like, hey, look at me, I'm damaged goods. Because we rescued him, he barks at strangers, especially men. He does not like men. And when we take him to the vet, we have to give him this little pill. It just makes him like... And you can't wrap presents around him because he hates Santa. I'm kidding. It's those tubey things. We just take him to this scary place. No matter how loving and sweet your embrace. So when it comes to getting off, get off. I don't want to get there because I don't want to go there. It reminds me of the guilt. And then the tears begin to tilt down my face. And even they cannot erase. The shame is what prevents many survivors from speaking out. So later on, I'm having a conversation, about it with my boyfriend, and I'm trying to understand why he's so upset. He enjoys it. Why do I gotta enjoy it? Because it's like a thing that people share together. And then he says to me, I don't get to adore you. And would you know he said adore like that? Adore. Like my body was something beautiful. I should have stood up. Because, 1 in 4 isn't even rare, and I should have stood up because we should be able to talk about it without feeling any shame, and I should have stood up because I've been quiet about it for the better part of my life. Maybe I should have done it sooner. But I'm standing up now because I finally realize I'm not alone, and I want to share my story. It was my cousin. It was a stranger, and it was the middle of the day. It was a neighbor. I was at home. We were at a party down the street. I was smoking in the alley. I didn't know what to do. I froze. I tried to struggle. They said it wasn't my fault. I'm supposed to say that it wasn't my fault. I know that it wasn't my fault. It's just that if you let it, that shame can make you feel like damaged goods. I know about the wrapping paper thing because this one day I'm trying to wrap gifts and he starts barking and he's growling and he's getting real upset, like, ah. And so I go to pet him and he's cowering in the corner and he snaps at me. God, ow! Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, oh, it's okay. Come here. You're my hamburger boy. Come here. Oh, I know. I know what it's like not to trust people that you should be able to. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. It's not my fault. My parents' dog is a great dog. I don't want him to be afraid of me. For the rest of his life, that's just exactly who he's gonna be. And he's not. And we're not. We're not damaged goods.